Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here, beautiful souls. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how we plant and take care of the lettuce seedlings step by step. So whether you're trying to grow them in a balcony pot, in a garden bed, or even in recycled containers, this video is going to walk you through everything that you need to know to get started. I will be sharing with you 3 things, starting with number 1, our secret for transplanting without any stress. Number 2, what we feed them to grow fast and leafy lettuce. And lastly, number 3, how we avoid bitter leaves and bolting. So let's dive in. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and click on the bell icon in order to be informed on all our new daily videos. So let's start with the first step, which is preparing the soil. And sometimes we do that in 2 ways because lettuce loves soft, fertile soil, and this is what you need to focus on. So before planting, the fastest way that we do it is this way. In the video, as you can see, we just use the dried autumn leaves that have been dried up and collected, and we do that as a bottom layer. Then we top it with the fertile compost soil, and then we add the seedlings. This is one way. This is like a shortcut. But another way that I wanted to talk about and share with you is preparing a mix that is contained of 3 parts. So the first part is compost for nutrients. The second part is either peat moss or cocoa peat for moisture retention. And the last part is 1 part perlite or sand. This really helps with drainage. But if you're really, in a rush, or you want to just take a bit of a shortcut, you can be able to add a little bit of the dried autumn leaves at the bottom and then top that with the soil, the fertile soil. I avoid heavy clay. I also avoid compact soil because what it does is it slows the root growth and it stresses the seedlings. And we always make sure that the soil feels light, feels fluffy and moist, but never too soggy. Also, as a little tip here, as an added bonus, of course, if you're feeling like, just being a bit extra, you can go ahead and add a handful of aged chicken manure or worm castings for an extra boost before transplanting. We just dry our own chicken manure from the chickens that we're raising in the other side of the backyard and then just recycle them that way. So let's talk about transplanting the lettuce seedlings, because once the lettuce seedlings are about 2 to 3 inches tall with a few strong leaves, as you can see here, we go ahead and we transplant them. So here's how to do it correctly without breaking or without harming the little vulnerable seedlings. So you've got to gently loosen the seedlings from the tray by squeezing the bottom a little bit. Then you're going to make a hole in the soil with your finger or with a stick and place the seedling in, making sure that the roots are straight, never too bent. And you're going to press the soil around lightly, but don't compact it too much. And I want you to go ahead and water immediately with a gentle sprinkle. We go ahead and plant them around 6 to 8 inches apart in order to give them room to grow big and leafy leaves. So let's talk about light, which is really important. This is where we're going to decide to put our garden bed as well, in order to get the best light possible, because the lettuce loves light but never extreme heat as well. So place your lettuce where it gets around 4 to 6 hours of morning and sunlight. Afternoon shade in hot climates is really important in order to prevent bolting, which is where the lettuce goes to seed early. So we're going to place it here where it gets a bit of light and a little bit of afternoon shade, which is really important, just beside the lemon tree. And I always keep mine on an east facing side of the garden, or use a simple shade cloth during the summer afternoons. Right now we're just in the right end of the winter, the early spring, I would say. So when lettuce gets too much heat, what happens is it can turn bitter. So I need you to go ahead and pay attention to the season as well as the sun exposure. Now let's talk about something that's really important when planting lettuce, which is the watering phase. Now watering is crucial. Don't get me wrong, because lettuce has shallow roots and needs consistent moisture, but don't overwater, because that can cause a lot of problems and it can actually harm your lettuce as well. So this is my watering routine. We go ahead and we water every morning in the summertime and every 2 to 3 days in cooler months, and always at the base, never on the leaves, because if you water at the leaves, it will cause fungal issues. And also, if you have dry soil in your lettuce, and if consistently there's dry soil, it will lead to small, tough leaves. If there are too much water, it will lead to attracting pest and root rot as well. So you need to aim for a balance here. You need to also mulch the top of the soil with straw or shredded leaves. This is also a great option because what it does is it helps to retain moisture and it reduces the weeds naturally. Now let's talk about organic feeding and what you need to feed your lettuce. Now to keep our lettuce happy and growing, we go ahead and we feed it once a week. So here's what we use. We use diluted compost tea or we use seaweed solution. If we don't have these two on hand, we just use a mix of banana peel powder with crushed eggshells. I want you to go ahead and avoid nitrogen heavy fertilizers. They grow large but tasteless leaves, so go ahead and avoid them. Don't use them. I prefer organic options that keep the flavor rich and natural. You'll notice the difference just after a few days. The leaves will become more greener, smoother, and more vibrant as well. So let's talk about harvesting, which is my favorite part. And you don't need to wait until the whole head is ready to harvest. I use the cut and come again method. So I harvest the outer leaves once they reach hand size and then leave the central bud in order to keep the plant always growing. And I always avoid cutting more than a third of the plant at a time. And with this method, we can be able to harvest for 4 to 6 weeks from the same plant consistently, and nothing beats the taste of fresh lettuce from our own backyard. It's crisp, it's cool, and it's full of flavor. So let's talk about a problem that is consistent with lettuce, which is pest, and how to protect it from pest, because lettuce is soft and vulnerable and pests also love it as well. So here's how to protect your lettuce. You need to check under the leaves for aphids or whiteflies. You can also spray with a homemade neem oil spray. I've shared it here on the channel. It's basically 1 teaspoon of neem oil, 1 teaspoon of dish soap, and 1 liter of water in a spray bottle. Spray right at the stems and right at the leaves as well, back and front, and that way it would be more like as a treatment for pest and as a preventative as well. You can also place crushed garlic or onion near the pots. This will act as a natural pest repellent, and you can use a net or mesh cover if the birds or the caterpillars or the chicken are a problem. So I check my lettuce every 2 to 3 days for early signs, and most problems are fixed before they can spread. And I mostly give the award to the neem oil spray for that as well, because it acts as preventative and as a treatment. So let's talk about our weekly lettuce routine, and this is like an easy beginner friendly thing where I try to stick to most of the time. On Monday I water deeply. On Wednesday we go ahead and we check for pest and mulch if needed. Friday is the day for a light feed using compost tea, and Sunday usually is harvesting the outer leaves and inspecting for any issues. If it's too early to harvest, we just use Sunday just to inspect for any issues back and forth as well. And it takes us less than 10 minutes a day, and the rewards are absolutely endless. And we always have fresh salad ingredient on hand for the whole family. So if you're not sure what type of lettuce to grow, you can try a couple of beginner-friendly varieties. And these are my favorite lettuce varieties. Starting with variety number 1, which is butterhead. And this is soft, buttery leaves. Another variety is romaine. It's crunchy and upright. We've got also oak leaf. This is a beautiful variety that's frilly. It's great for cut and come again method as well. And lastly, we've got loose leaf. This is fast growing. This is perfect for small pots. So I try to, as much as possible, try to plant 2 to 3 types together for a colorful and tasty salad mix right from your balcony. And that's it. This is how you need to plant and take care of your lettuce seedlings from baby sprout to dinner plates. Let me know in the comments, do you grow lettuce too? What is your favorite variety? Like this video if you learned something new, and also download my free lettuce growing cheat sheet from the description box below. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day. All the best.